One of the most common pieces of advice given to salespeople is to ask open-ended sales questions. And then I watch them do that. They sound like robots, and their buyers feel like they're getting the third degree. I'm gonna give you some tips now for how to ask open-ended sales questions so it actually gets the results that you want and you sound like a normal human in the process. Here are some open-ended sales questions and ways to ask them inside of our RAIN framework. The first one is rapport. The best advice I have from you, be curious. Actually be curious. As long as you're sincere with how you ask the question, it doesn't matter what question you ask. How was your weekend? What did you do? What do you have coming up next weekend? Do you have any vacations coming up? It can be personal, but it can also be about the business. What's going on with you today? What do you have on your calendar? How is business these days? You've been here for 10 years. What's it like now versus what it was like 10 years ago? The next one is aspirations and afflictions. The core affliction question is, what keeps you up at night? Don't ask that one. It's cliche. When it first came out, it was fine, but now all the buyers know it, and it's a part of a joke, so don't ask it like that. You can still, however, get to the same result. You can say something like, if you're thinking about the challenges that you have, which one worries you the most? That way you get to the same result without asking a cliche question. You can also ask things like, what's not working in this area for you? That gets to the afflictions. But you don't want to ignore the aspirations, the flip side. If this all worked out for you, what does it look like? What do you think is possible here that isn't happening but should be? And there you have aspiration and affliction questions that will get them talking about what needs to change. Next, we have impact. If you're going to change something, the question is why. Underneath every impact question is going to be, what will the results be? So if that actually changed, you can ask them, what happens? What measures move? What will the results be? If you don't change, what will the negative impact be? How are things moving along in the industry so that if you're still here in 2 years, how are things going to be worse? You need to figure out how you get to the business impact. And then finally, we have new reality. As a salesperson, you're trying to drive change. You're trying to bring them from their current state to a future state. New reality is the future state. So you have to ask them about it. That way they will pine for the change. And you can ask them simple things like, if we fast forwarded 2 years, how does it look different? What's actually happening if this works out great? How does it feel different? And what does success look like? Ask these questions and they will want to change more than they did before you ask the question. As a final piece of advice with open-ended sales questions, don't overdo it. You can use close-ended sales questions, they're fine. Do you guys have written goals for what you're trying to achieve this quarter? If the answer is yes, you can say, would you mind telling me about them? Do that and you'll have a normal conversation pattern. You want to sound normal, sound like a human, but get the open-ended questions in and you'll get them talking about the things that they want and need to do where you can help them.